The mysterious disappearance of Eliza Blackwell. Eliza Blackwell was not just a successful criminal defense attorney. She was a force to be reckoned with, known for her razor-sharp mind, unparalleled ability to defend the most dangerous criminals, and a personality that could charm even the toughest judges. Eliza had it all, or so everyone thought. On the outside, she was living the American dream, but as the days went by, the cracks in her perfect life began to show. Eliza was tangled in a web of dark secrets and dangerous liaisons that no one knew about until one fateful evening. It was an ordinary Thursday, or so it seemed. Eliza had just finished a high-profile case that had put her on the front pages of every major newspaper. It was around midnight when her boyfriend, Mark Donovan, a wealthy but somewhat mysterious entrepreneur, last saw her. According to Mark, they had dinner at a posh restaurant in downtown, after which Eliza had told him she was going home. She never made it. By morning, she was missing without a trace. The police were called immediately. A sense of dread descended over the city as rumors about her disappearance spread like wildfire. Within hours, the investigation began, and it didn't take long for something unsettling to come to light. Eliza's apartment was completely turned upside down, as though there had been a struggle. Her keys, her phone, and her purse were all left behind, but there was no sign of Eliza. The strange thing was, her car, which she usually drove, was found parked several miles away in an alley, unlocked and untouched. It seemed like Eliza had vanished into thin air, but as the investigation deepened, the police discovered strange, unsettling details about her life. In the months leading up to her disappearance, Eliza had been acting erratically. She'd been distant, unfocused, and secretive, cutting off friends and family, and refusing to talk about certain clients. Rumors of illicit activities tied to her high-profile clients began to surface, and whispers about the underworld she had inadvertently become a part of painted a chilling picture. The deeper the detectives dug, the darker the truth became. Through wiretaps, secret investigations, and hidden footage, they began to unravel a life that had been buried under layers of lies. Eliza had known she was in danger, and she had been preparing for it. Her relationship with Mark Donovan, who appeared to be the grieving boyfriend, turned out to be far more complex. As Mark's past unfolded, the police discovered he had deep ties to a criminal syndicate operating out of several high-rise buildings in the city. A ruthless and cold-hearted mob boss, Vincent Marino, was believed to be pulling strings behind the scenes both in the business world and criminal circles. But what was Eliza's connection to him? Weeks went by, and new revelations kept turning the case in unsettling directions. Old colleagues revealed that, just before her disappearance, Eliza had met with dangerous men. Speaking of a life-or-death situation, she had even gone as far as meeting with the police on 2 separate occasions, telling them cryptic details that only left more questions behind. Why didn't she report what she had learned to the authorities? Why hadn't she come forward when she had the chance to escape? The mystery deepened as new evidence appeared, a set of encrypted documents Eliza had been working on just before she disappeared. The documents revealed a scandal of massive proportions, detailing illegal dealings between corrupt officials, mafia members, and powerful business people who had been laundering money and exploiting the most vulnerable of society. Among these files was the key to the entire operation, only that could bring down entire criminal empires. But these files were never found in Eliza's belongings, and the police had no leads to track them down. Then, a breakthrough came. A source who claimed to know Eliza revealed a chilling story. It was a woman who, in whispers, claimed she had met Eliza months ago and had warned her of an impending betrayal. This woman said that Eliza had been trying to negotiate with the criminals she had come into contact with, trying to outsmart them, but she knew it was only a matter of time before they would come for her. The final piece of the puzzle dropped when police uncovered surveillance footage from several weeks before her disappearance, footage showing Eliza visiting a dilapidated, abandoned warehouse at night, speaking to someone in the shadows. Who was she meeting? Was it someone connected to Mark, or was it one of the key players from the mafia who had been pushing her to stay silent? With the discovery of Eliza's final location, the case took another turn. A hidden recording revealed her desperate cry for help. Her last words: she was scared, terrified of her pursuers, and feared for her life. But she wasn't afraid to stand up to those who threatened her. Just as Eliza realized the scope of the conspiracy, she had planned her own escape home that would make the truth impossible to hide. But someone had caught on to her plan. The police followed her trail to a remote part of the city junkyard, where evidence tied to both Mark Donovan and Vincent Marino had been hidden for years. Among the wreckage, there was something chilling: Eliza's attorney badge, smeared with blood, but there was no sign of her body. She had either been killed or, as some suspected, had faked her death to escape her tormentors. Then came the revelation no one saw coming. Eliza had been more than just a defense. Attorneys had secretly been gathering evidence for an upcoming trial against the mafia. She wasn't just one of the lawyers. She was the one orchestrating a plan to bring the entire criminal empire crashing down. She had planned to go into hiding, but some believed that she might still be alive, watching the case unravel as her enemies closed in. Weeks turned to months, but as new connections were uncovered, the truth about Eliza's disappearance began to emerge. Was she alive, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at those who had betrayed her? Or was she lying somewhere in the shadow of a dark world she had fought to expose? One thing was certain: Eliza Blackwell's disappearance would remain an enigma.